Hey, Christy here again, and today we're going to talk about the 10 daily habits that could be causing you to break out. So the first one is your bangs, okay? So these tips can be both for gals and guys. So a lot of times what people who break out do is they want to hide the breakout. So they'll pull their bangs in front of their breakouts, or if they have back acne, they'll try to, if they're wearing a sundress, they try to cover it with their hair. Well, what happens is on your scalp is producing up to 2 times more oil, and typically the oil is a little bit thicker to get onto the hair to keep your hair soft. That oil is getting onto your forehead or onto the sides of your face as well as your back. So that's the first one. So try to keep them away from your face, okay? The second one is changing your pillowcase more frequently. So again, going back to the scalp, when we have more oil on our hair, that also we tend to have more dirt, environmental pollutants on our hair. And so if we wash our hair in the morning and then at night you're tired, you're all sweaty, and then you lay on your pillow and then you sleep to the side, sometimes all that oil can get onto your face. So if you typically have oily skin or an oily scalp, it is best to change the pillowcase more frequently. Number 3 is washing your makeup brushes. So you have to, because if you tend to have more oilier skin, then that oil can get onto your brushes. So the oilier your skin is, the more that you're going to have to wash your makeup brushes. So if you have a synthetic brush, then you want to wash with a antibacterial gel-based soap or cleanser. And if it's real hair, animal hair, you don't want to do it with an antibacterial soap. Preferably if you do it with a tea tree oil based shampoo, because it is hair. Okay, so you want to wash them, and what's going to happen is all the oils in your skin get onto this, and when you put the cleanser or the shampoo on there, it's going to emulsify, and so it's not going to lather as much. So you want to keep washing your brushes and rinsing them until they lather up pretty good. Okay, and there's no more makeup that keeps reappearing when you wash your brushes. Okay, so the fourth step is obviously if you are taking a dirty brush and adding it to your dirty makeup, that oil and the bacteria collects on your makeup. So what you want to do is you want to replace your makeup regularly, especially if you tend to do makeup touches throughout the day when your face is oily and you're using the same makeup. That makeup can go rancid pretty quickly. So every time you're reapplying that and that bacteria multiplies on your product, that same makeup could be causing you to break out. Okay, halfway through, number 5 is avoid products to go on your face or your body that contain talc, mineral oil, petroleum-based products, heavier oils, lakes, synthetic fragrances. They tend to be comedogenic. And so what that means is they can have a clogging pore effect. So generally speaking, for lakes, it could be, these are mineral based, but more intense blushes and intense colored eyeshadow tends to contain lakes in it as well. For men, you all should avoid heavy scented aftershave products. One is a lot of them tend to contain alcohol, and alcohol can dehydrate the skin. If you have oilier skin, then how your skin is going to respond is it's actually going to produce more oil, causing more breakouts. And usually they're very, very heavily scented with synthetic fragrance, and that can tend to irritate the skin and clog the pores. Number 6 is to remember to wash your hands frequently and to avoid touching your face. Some people are not aware how much they touch their face when they're bored or just when they're brushing their hair away from their face. So if you must touch your face, then try to use the other side of your hands, the back side of your hands, to push up your glasses, to move the hair away from your face. And that is because on this side is where we touch everything. It also tends to have more oils on those areas, so the bacteria sticks to the fingerprint area. And so if you're always touching your face, you can cause breakouts that way as well. Okay, number 7 is our phones. These are all of our security blankets, and so we're always using our phones. So we're always placing them everywhere as well, and bacteria can get on our phones. So disinfect the phones, and how you can do that is getting the disinfectant wipes, and on a daily basis learn to wipe them down, because you're always putting it near your face, you're always touching this inadvertently. Number 8 is to wash your face after a workout. So the more you sweat, the more likely you are to produce oil. And the bacteria that is on our skin feeds off of the lipids and the salts and the sugars of our sebum. And so typically when you work out, try to wash your face. And for some of you, if you can just go a little bit inside the scalp area, because a lot of that comes down onto our face. So if you're doing errands after you go work out and you've just sweated a lot, it's not enough to take a towel and wipe it down. You're going to have to rinse it off your face. So that will bring down the level of bacteria that can potentially cause you to break out. Number 9 is razors. So ladies and gentlemen, when you use a razor, I understand razors can be very expensive. So razors are meant to be used only once. And so when you reuse a razor, when you are shaving any part of your body, it's also taking off the dead skin layers and getting trapped in between the razors. So when you keep reusing it, the bacteria level grows on the razors, and every time you shave, you're causing micro contusions in the skin, which are microscopic little cuts in your skin, and that bacteria can get back into the skin, which is why you can get the bumps, or what's called pseudofolliculitis barbae or barbae. And especially if they have those razors out there that are double and triple razors, avoid those. Get the cheap single ones and then just use them on a daily basis, just single use. And just by doing that, you can reduce the amount of bumps that you have. Okay, the final one, number 10, and that is cleaning off your glasses and your sunglasses. Okay, and the reason why is because we are typically, especially here in Southern California, we are constantly wearing our sunglasses. And if it's hot, we're also sweating. And if you're a girl and you're wearing makeup. So on the underside of your sunglasses and then the area where your nose rests, that's where you have a lot of your oil, your dirt, and your makeup. And most of us don't clean our sunglasses every single time that we use them. So remember to keep them clean. And I don't mean just wiping them off. You need to use a cleaner to break down the oil and the dirt that's on your sunglasses. So that's it. And obviously there are way more tips that we don't think about that may be causing us to break out. So if we haven't listed them here today, please comment below and add your tips that you tried to do to reduce the amount of breakouts that you have. And please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the notification bell, and thanks for watching.